Alright, so today I'm going to talk about an EQ pedal by JOYO. Now, EQ pedals are super useful for any guitar player. Why is that so? Because it lets you actually shape your tone with specific frequencies. So here we have a 10 band EQ which has a frequency range from about 30 hertz ranging up to about 16K. And this will comfortably cover the spectrum of frequencies that you would get from a guitar. The guitar being a primarily mid-range instrument. At the same time, these are fixed frequencies. You can either cut or boost them as per your requirements. So for reference, I'm going to be using my SS30 by Stridum, and I'm running into Logic, a stock plugin with a clean amp. So this is my clean sound. So right now you can see the pedal is turned on, but it's a flat response, which means it's not cutting or boosting any frequencies. And even the gain, I have it set at a notch. Now if I just boost the gain, you can hear a little bit of drive, and that's because it's increasing the input going into the amp. And even though it's a clean amp, it is breaking up a little bit. So first off, let's go through some of the sounds that we can get. Your standard, let's do a mid scoop, which means I'm going to scoop out some of the mid frequencies. Now I have gone fairly aggressive on this. And if I turn the pedal off, you can hear those mid frequencies just come back in. Now let's try the opposite. Let's actually boost the mids. So you can hear it's actually driving the amp a little bit more. And the reason for that is when you're boosting frequencies, you are increasing the amount of gain that goes into the amp. So now let's boost each of the frequencies and see what exactly they're doing. So let's start off with the lowest one that we have, which is your 31 hertz. There's not a whole lot because there's not much of 31 hertz, but as soon as I go up to, let's say, 62, you can hear a little bit more low end. Now you can hear some more low end, some more body sound coming in. Now you're starting to get into mid range, which is what you would call a honky sound. And here you. This sounds similar to what you would hear on, like, an amp with a smaller speaker, because those do not have a lot of low end, so you tend to get more of these frequencies. Now you're starting to go into the higher frequencies. And as you go to the higher frequencies, you'll notice not a lot happening because, again, the guitar is a mid-range instrument. So now what are all the things that you could use this for? There are multiple ways to use it. One is to just shape your tone after your pedal board going into an amp. So depending on the kind of amp characteristics and voicings that you have, you can tame your tone to be a certain way using an EQ pedal. So if you have, like, say you don't want a lot of mid-range, you can do a mid-scoop, or you want to push certain frequencies, you can do that. One other cool thing that you can do is when you're playing rhythm and you want to stay out of the way of the vocals and the other things that are happening, you can actually have your pedal set a certain way. And as soon as you want to go in and play a solo where your instrument needs to stand out, that's when you switch the pedal off. So it brings back all those frequencies. On the other hand, you can also use it as a boost pedal where you're boosting certain frequencies. So if for your rhythm section, you'll have it off essentially and just have a regular signal going in. And as soon as you want to go in for a solo, you kick that on. You can actually have the gain a little bit higher in that case. So it acts as a boost pedal, but it's not boosting everything, it's boosting certain frequencies. And this is a very useful tool to have for a guitar player, especially when you're playing live and you don't have the luxury of being able to sit and draw out EQ curves or adjust compressors and everything as you would in studio. So an EQ pedal, I think, is a must for any guitar player, even on a basic rig. It just makes life easier when you're playing live. Pedal by JOYO is super useful. It's really compact, and that's the cool thing. It doesn't occupy too much space on your pedal board. It runs on a standard 9-volt supply, so no need to get any additional power supplies. It integrates well onto your pedal board. It's also got a nice flat base so that it would sit well on any pedal board. And I will be doing a video where I will build a pedal board, and this will definitely be on it. So stay tuned for that. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this one. This was the EQ pedal by JOYO.